You all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Can I get a roll call?
Mr. Croft?
Here.
Mrs. Andriano?
Here.
Mr. Logan?
Here.
Ms. Smith?
Here.
Supervisor Williams?
Here. Would I like to audit the bills?
Sure. I'd like to make a motion to approve abstract number 23, just dated December 10th, 2021, in the amount of $641,718.67. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to do some budget transfers.
The first two that we have are corrections to previously approved budget adjustment requests. The first one I'll read is from budget transfer request number 26, and that is moving $125 from sewage treatment disposal contract miscellaneous to sewage treatment disposal contractual operations. I'll make a motion that the town board approve the corrected budget transfer request number 26. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next correction is from budget adjustment request number 29, and that is let's see, moving money from moving just wait a second.
Patricia Brooks, Town Controller.
Am I-
It's only changing the words decrease to increase. We already did the budget transfer. That was done with the numbers and the counts. It's just
So we're
correcting.
recognizing the correction for the budget adjustment in the, whether the lines
Okay,
have been increased or decreased.
I'm with it. I'm with
Yeah,
it. I
it was
see.
written increase and it should have been written decrease.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, moving $15,000 from safety inspection fees to 15,000 from fines and forfeits bail, same amount, revenue accounts. And also decreasing justice personnel services, 7,000, increasing code enforcement personnel services, $3,860, and increasing fire code personnel service expense accounts, $3,140. I'll make a motion that the town board approve the corrected budget adjustment request number 29. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Now we get to budget transfer request number 36, and that is moving $20,000 from snow removal contractual expense accounts to $10,000 into the general repairs contractual account and $10,000 into the machinery contractual expense account. I'll make a motion, the town board approve budget transfer request number 36. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next, we have budget transfer request number 37, and that's moving $30,750 from hospital and medical insurance expense accounts to $750 into the ambulance medical buyout account and $30,000 to the ambulance contractual expense account. So I will make a motion that the town board approve budget transfer request number 37. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Not least. Moving $3,500 from special counsel contractual traffic court expense accounts to special counsel contractual expense account, $3,500. I'll make a motion that the town board approve budget transfer request number 38. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
John.
Okay, first item we have is our yearly contract renewal with Partners in Safety. This is for the drug and alcohol testing for our DOT program. So this would be from January 1st, 2022 through the end of the year. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the resolution approving the agreement with Partners in Safety, Inc. for drug and alcohol testing, and ask that the resolution be entered into the record as though read. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And I should have said that the contract amount is $850. Second item we have is a request from our highway department. We have unfortunately a situation where one of our highway workers has been out with an illness and has used their time. And the department is asking that we approve the creation of a sick bank so that employees can donate some time to this very wonderful employee of the highway department. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the creation of the sick bank within the highway department. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Just a question. Who's going to set up the rules of the road,
As far as what?
the sick bank?
So
How much gets donated?
So any employee could donate as much time as they would like from their paid time off into the sick bank,
Okay.
as long as they have it available.
And it gets returned. It doesn't get taken until it's actually needed. So it's not like they're going to take it from everybody and then they lose it if it does, if it's not necessarily needed. So I think it's great that employees are willing to help out their
Definitely.
coworkers.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so I'd like to table the RFP for engineering services. I did not get the RFP done with everything that's been going on. Next is a year-end resolution. We have a year-end resolution. It's very short. Be resolved that all bills audited by the town board of the town of Patterson be paid and authorized be given for bills and encumbrances that might arise through December 31st, 2021. And be it further resolved that all transfers be automatically approved by the town board, subject to their review at the new town board meeting. Budget transfers as of December 31st, 2021 are to be attached in the minute book. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the next item on my agenda is a contract with Ambulance. It is actually spelled correctly. It is not a typo. The situation is this, that for the longest time, first Transcare, then M-Star, then they were bought out by Empress, has been providing ALS service for the county. The county chose to bid the service out this year. They are currently working with the low bidder, which was Ambulance, as their new contractor to provide ALS service. That service is scheduled to take effect December 31st at midnight. So the new year, we would have a new company coming in. The contract and the RFP that went out by the county requires Ambulance to go into a contract for billing services with all the billing agencies, municipalities, and the volunteer fire departments. We met with Ambulance today. Again, we're scrambling. This is all at the last minute. We had a very positive conversation with Ambulance. We do have a preliminary rate that we could agree on to move this forward. It is less than what we were paying. So that is a positive step forward. We intend to continue on with negotiations on this contract to further refine it. But again, this is short notice and is coming at us in the 11th hour. So we need to have something in place. We have had the town attorney review the contract. They have submitted changes. They have already gone back to Ambulance. I think at this point, we're in pretty good shape with everything. We do have a resolution for doing this. Jamie, did you want to add anything to us, or should I just keep going?
You can keep going. I believe that we did review it preliminarily. We made some changes to it. And we may make a couple more additional changes to it before it's finalized, but I
Okay.
believe that we're in good shape. moving
All right.
forward.
Does any board member have any questions on this?
I just want to make one comment because I think people get confused with this contract. We're not contracting them to be our ALS provider. The county already did that, or is in the works of doing that. This is just to, for billing purposes, if a paramedic rides on our ambulance and when we bill our patient, we would bill them at an ALS rate, which is a higher rate because it's a higher level of care. And, the contract just spells out how much they would get of it. Of the bill, right?
Exactly.
Just to clear anything.
Is any other questions? No other questions? Then I'll move the resolution and ask to be entered into the resolution as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I have two resolutions on the fire department contracts. The first resolution is for the renewal of the agreement with the Patterson Fire Department. Number one, this is adoption date December 22nd, 2021, whereas the town of Patterson desires to renew its agreement with the Patterson Fire Department. Number one, for the provision of fire protection services in Patterson Fire Department District Number 1 during the 2022 calendar year for and in consideration of the payment to the department of the sum of $865,163, and as is otherwise consistent with the terms and annexed agreement. So I'd like to make a motion to enter this resolution into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second resolution is for the renewal of agreement with the Putnam Lake Fire Department. Whereas the town of Patterson desires to renew its agreement with the Putnam Lake Fire Department for the provision of fire protection services in the Putnam Lake Fire Protection District Number 2 during the 2022 calendar year for and in consideration of the payment to the department of the sum of $462,500 and is otherwise consistent with the terms of the annexed agreement. So I'll make a motion to approve and enter this resolution into the record as though read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
The next item on my agenda is also another resolution requesting the establishment of a school speed limit zone for the Green Chimney School on Dolansburg Road in the town of Patterson. So the town board of the town of Patterson hereby petitions the Commissioner of Highways and Facilities for Putnam County and the New York State Department of Transportation to create a school speed limit zone for the Green Chimney School located in the town of Patterson on Dolansburg Road in Putnam County. So I'd like to make a motion to enter this resolution requesting that the Commissioner of Highways and Facilities for Putnam County and New York State Department of Transportation take into consideration for the school speed limit zone for the Green Chimney School and enter this resolution into the record as though read. So moved.
Just want to make a quick comment. So this has been an issue that's been going on for a while, the green chimneys. They've been complaining to the county for a long time. Mary, as long as you've been on the traffic safety board,
Mhm.
it's been an issue. It's been an issue for a couple of years now where cars speeding past green chimneys. So they've been trying to do whatever they can. So just to clarify, so we did a resolution years ago. Was that to identify them as a school or I can't remember.
I'd have to go back and look. We've never declared them a school speed zone, which is a slightly different animal than reducing the speed.
Right.
So there was some back and forth about what the process is to get this done. I called the DOT and they said just treat it like a reduction in speed.
Mhm.
But along with the school speed zone, there comes other things, crosswalks which are there, flashing lights, and the school speed limit reduction is usually just for a limited period of the day.
Right.
So if we did any resolution at all, it would have been to reduce the speed out there to 30,
Mm.
which it is. I don't know, other than that.
I believe that if you're speeding in a school speed zone, the ticketed a little higher than you would be if you were
Fines are
just.
doubled.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
different
yes.
charge and different fines.
Yep.
Yeah. And like you said, it gives them the ability to put markings and signage and flashing lights and make it a school zone. I think it'd be more effective than just. But it was an issue on the traffic safety board for a while.
Okay, so I'm glad we're supporting it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wish they would have
Especially-
just went to us in the beginning and we could have.
Especially
It was-
considering that so many people park on the other side of the road and have to cross
Right.
that main road to get to the school. It's a
Mhm.
significant safety
I think
concern.
they also walk the children over there because they
Mhm.
have some programs on, camp or something that.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
quite frequently cross the
I'll
road.
give you all fair warning, that looks like it's gonna change in the near future. I had a meeting with them, they're looking to expand
Mm.
considerably. So. Got a motion, we had a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Peter?
All right, first item on my agenda, the American Legion post in Patterson here came to me and asked if they can pitch their proposal for a banner project. So tonight we have Gail Driscoll and Andy DiStefano. If you guys want to go up to the mic and just tell us what you plan to do or what you need from us.
Yes, my name is Andrew DiStefano. I'm a 20-year resident, town of Patterson. Tonight, I'm here for the vice commander of the American Legion, right down the block here. You've probably seen, and thank you for having us, by the way. You've probably seen in the town of Carmel and Kent, you have military banners that are lining the roads up and down Glenida, Route 52, and it goes all the way up into Kent, and down some side streets. They've done the same thing in Putnam Valley. Brewster is looking to do it. Patterson's decided to try to jump on board, and the Legion asked me to spearhead it for the Legion. So on November 30th, we had our first meeting at the Legion. Gail Driscoll she spearheaded the effort in Carmel and Kent. She's the brains behind the operation, and I'm not. So she came, and she was kind enough to come to the meeting. And we only had a few things to start off with tonight. But what from our point, from the American Legion, is we're looking to, if we could set up a meeting with someone from the town board, someone from code enforcement, and then this way, when we're further along, we can pitch to say exactly what we're looking to do. Right now, we don't have some things in place, and some things aren't figured out. If I could ask Gail to speak, she does know a little bit more, and she does have some updates that we didn't have last week at the last meeting. So thank you.
Hi, good
Thank
evening,
you, Randy.
everyone. My name is Gail Driscoll Silk. I'm a resident of Carmel. My brother was Stephen Patrick Driscoll, who some of you may know, was a New York City police officer, emergency service officer. And on that dreadful day, 9/11, he lost his life saving others. So with the 20th anniversary this year, September 11th, I wanted to keep his memory and those that were killed on 9/11 and more have died as a result of illnesses, keep their memory alive. And I'm like, you know what? Wow. It's like my brother served the Navy when he was 18. And if it wasn't for him serving his country, then his great state, that we forget our veterans. And I thought, what better way to combine a program? So I called Susan McDonough, which is our councilwoman in Carmel, and Jamie McGlaskin. And I spoke to them both and they were on board. And spoke to the highway departments. They were on board with it as well. Our vendor, he's from Florida. He's veteran. He hires nothing but veterans. Putt Valley is, there's 20 local within an hour from Carmel that use the same vendor. I was able to reach out to Carmel High School, and any child or any young person that joined the military this year, they were given a free banner. So anyway, we carried on, had our meetings, and to date, since April 20, 8th, which is our first request for a banner. We have 230 banners. With that money, I'm just a resident. We were able so far to donate $7,000 from this program. Went to Vet, United for the Troops, Reach Across America, Honor Flight. So because we can't keep any money, $25 from each banner was going to our local community. So I'm here to assist Andy in getting hopefully your permission to get this program going in Patterson, and I will assist. I'm retired. It's nice, we could have the chat with the highway department to see what time frame they want to do it in. But this company, so this is my brother. And I went red, white, and blue because he's born on July 4th. He was 38 when he was killed. So I'm sorry. So this is my brother. And I was able to use his emergency service police picture now. I did want to put his name picture in, but since he gave his life on 9/11, I just figured, and it's both sides. So this program, if you decide to, give permission, yours will say Patterson Honors. And then you get to put the sponsor on the bottom, what branch. If the person was killed in any of those wars, they also get a free banner.
Show it to the camera.
Oh, sorry.
People, there you go.
That's my, he was 38 when he was killed. But thank God they found him. It's a tough. But so I'm here just to help support Patterson. Brewster is going to be doing.
Could
it
just
as
go
well.
back to the
Sorry,
mic,
honey.
thank you.
Sorry about that. Brewster is going to be doing it as well. Nelsonville inquired, Pauling inquired. So I'm just here to help facilitate. I had to get a DBA to get it going. I did that, not a problem. This vendor also gives out postcards. So you could hand them out. Our town boards also help assisted in giving the information out. They make all these cards and posters. So Facebook is a wonderful thing. That's how we got the information out. So that was it. So if anyone, maybe, because we have someone on highway on the committee and someone from the town board,
Well,
we could do a sit down.
if I could ask a couple of questions, what are you looking more specifically for us to do?
To approve it, because we don't want to just go ahead and go forward with the program.
Okay,
We got
and
permission.
we
from-
appreciate your recognizing us. like
Yes, I mean,
that, but-
that's, important.
So you're gonna hang these on telephone poles?
So we got permission from NICEAG.
Okay, you
I
have
went
permission for all the phone poles?
all the phone poles in Putnam County. I went all big,
Okay.
because I
well,
wasn't gonna
that's-
just do one, I'm
great.
going all big. I will have the written permission because I dealt with the Putnam County Emergency Management. And they spoke, they had their meeting, and yes, we have permission to do it.
Okay. Where do you plan on putting them up in Patterson?
Well, so what I did is I kind of did like a town board, Patterson layout, where your borders are. I would suggest you start here at 311 and go up to 52. It's really up to the highway. What is more manageable, if they're going to come down, if they're staying up. So that's a conversation that
So
has to be
we're
had
planning on putting them up on 22?
in 2022.
No, I mean, on 22.
Oh, you could possibly, sure,
22.
if you like to.
Andy, do you have any thoughts?
No, these were just things that, we thought about before meeting again. Some things we don't know what we're gonna be asking for yet. But we wanted to see if we can set up another meeting going forward. And by that time, we'll have some more answers and more details for you. Because it's open, we don't have to have the flags on 311 or on 22 or they, as long as they're in the town of Patterson, really, the main roads, I guess, but we haven't considered that. Because
We have the complication of having the town of Patterson and Putnam Lake, which is the town of Patterson. But,
right,
how we're gonna do this between the two entities. It's kind of like Mayapack and Carmel.
Right.
right,
Well,
right.
Yeah.
wherever our board is ended
Yeah.
at, so, because Mayapack does have the program,
Yeah.
which is different from ours. I
Yeah.
mean, it's still a program, but
And I'll advise if the VFW in Pot Lake is gonna jump on board. They had initially said they were, but then when we had our meeting, nobody was there. But that doesn't mean they're not, but so we'll follow up with them.
Okay. What do you need highway for?
they're the ones that put them up.
Yeah,
I
that's-
say
that's one of the
only
things
give
we
us
need help with.
permission to
Okay.
Use their poles, highway department puts them up for us.
All right, so you're looking for the town to put them up.
Yes.
Town Highway
All
Department.
right,
And then if Putt Valley, is that a separate board?
Putnam Valley?
Town, yeah.
I mean, Putt
Lake.
Valley. Putt
Putnam
Lake.
Lake.
No,
Okay, so you
No,
manage it.
that's us. Yeah.
So what we could do, like what I did, is that this header says Carmel, but when you ordered your banner, you say Carmel or Kent. So I still manage both programs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if someone wanted to do just Patterson, then you could say Patterson banners are gonna go on 311. Putt Lake is just gonna go on, you know, whatever their main avenue is.
Sure.
But in 7 months, we sold, what are we up to, 230 banners already? So it went quick. I thought we'd get 50.
Do you get a sense of what the life expectancy is of those banners before they start getting
Well,
faded? Or
this is the thing. So I have to monitor it now, but the town of Carmel put up Mayapack and the Hamlet of Carmel. There's maybe 300 banners. I don't know if the highway department wants to start going to pull them up and put them down. So that's a conversation. We had a few of ours fly away. I replaced them already. Generally, they're supposed to last a few years, but if we have a terrible winter, so it's a conversation, maybe you just put them up from Memorial Day to Veterans Day. It's up to the highway department, that's why you have to have them involved. But right now, we're leaving ours up. So
When were you looking to meet?
whenever.
Whenever you can.
All right, so why don't I reach out to you and try to put the meeting together?
All right, that sounds great.
I think we're all in favor, so.
Yeah, so I want to
Just
thank,
start, you know.
first, I want to thank you for coming. You know, when Andy reached out to me, actually, Councilwoman Smith and I were talking about this a few months ago, and we were wondering, how do you get involved in that? How did they, you know, do that? And then when Andy came to me,
Hey, Andy,
thought it was great, yeah. So, yeah, I think we're all in favor of it.
Yeah, mine is right in front of ShopRite, actually. But what happened was about 2.5 years ago, it started because a senior in Brewster High School was doing an Eagle Scout project. And he did several of these, raising his own money. And I just happened to see it one day. I had no idea. I happened to see my flag one day, my banner, when I was driving by the Brewster train station. And it was up for probably about 6 months. And then it came down. I don't know where it is now. But he kind of started that. And then Gail jumped in, and then this became huge. And there's been, instead of one grand opening, kind of, so to speak, there's been like, like 3 or 4, right? As far as like, you know, presentations and
Oh,
almost like parades.
Yeah.
The front of the courthouse was like mobbed.
Yeah, I do unveilings when all the banners
Yeah.
come in. So we had 2 95, a 95 and a 96-year-olds who were surprised. Then we had a kid that came back from Iraq, and we took pictures with them and stuff like that. You know?
And the Ronald Grays, hopefully, if we can get this going, Ronald Gray would go in front of the American Legion. If we get his picture. All right, so
Great.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
All right, great. Moving along. So last meeting, I brought up an issue with Route 292. We talked about a possible speed reduction, reaching out to the DOT. Again, this is something we brought up at the Putnam County Traffic Safety Board meeting. And the DOT told us that we would have to pass a resolution petitioning them to look at it and see if they would lower the speed limit. So I do have a resolution here to petition the Commissioner of Highways for Putnam County and the New York State Department of Transportation to reduce the speed limit on Route 292 from 40 miles per hour to 90 miles per hour. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution and accept it into the record as read. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
I also want to bring up, I also got should I do this now, the railroad bridges, or you want to?
So I gave that to everybody. Last meeting, Councilman D'Andriano asked me to draft a letter on behalf of the board to DOT concerning the issue with the 164 bridges, which I did. It wasn't that we needed to get it approved, and I just provided it to everybody, and I was gonna mention to you, you know, after the meeting, if you just take a look at it. You know, I did it this afternoon, and amongst everything else. You know, if you had any edits you wanted, you know, get it out.
So it's just a letter, the letter that we requested at the last meeting for the Route 311 and 164 railroad bridges for the DOT to look at it for us and see if they can come up with any solutions, any traffic control places. So we'll look it over and I scanned it real quickly. It looks good to me, but
And interestingly enough, I did a little bit of research on the issue, and DOT has a couple of studies where they've done. And they've got a couple of things they've implemented. You mentioned the lasers at the last meeting. That was what they've been trying out, especially in New York City. Yeah, so there's history with this.
maybe they can help us.
Yeah.
Do you remember a few years ago, I asked about stop signs?
2018.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what if there was a stop sign there? Like my original request, and at the stop sign, they would be stopped before they hit the bridge.
At 164,
Yeah,
they looked at it and denied that
They
yeah.
did.
a few years back.
Well, then, rather than relying on someone to make sure they read a sign and know the height of the vehicle that they're driving, if the stop sign was there, they could probably stop and realize, I'm just saying, if they stopped maybe before, it might prevent it from hitting the bridge.
And I absolutely
Maybe we
agree
could
with you.
Consider that again.
But the bigger issue that we have, is people driving up to the bridge, realizing they can't get under it, and then trying to back up with traffic
Mhm.
behind them, going around them. Equally as much of a problem. We need to prevent them from getting there in the first place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what your letter also shows as well as, we do have a lot of data on that vehicles actually crashing to the bridge, but there's no way to have any data on almost crashes, the trucks that stop at the bridge and then now they're, holding up traffic for a long time, and have to be backed up or turned around or. So,
Yeah.
There's no data to show that. I mean, how do you?
And there
Unless they do.
should be.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, because I know people involved in the situation, that the police do not write tickets for when people come to the bridge and can't get under it. They won't write them a ticket. They just help them get out of there, send them on their way.
That's interesting.
Maybe we could address it with the new sheriff.
Maybe.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Charles.
Next, we have a memo from our highway superintendent relative to the purchase of a new wood stove. And that stove heats a smaller garage as well as a diesel tank on the highway property. The current stove is 8 years old, rotting away, and they're asking to purchase a new one. Due to the availability and lead times, we like to purchase it now. We have the funds in this budget year 2021 in our capital equipment line to pay for the stove. So the cost for the new stove to heat the small garage as well as the diesel tank on the highway property comes to $13,500. So I will make a motion that the town board approve this request from the highway department in an amount not to exceed $13,500. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
All right. I think that's a small price to what they save on fuel, right?
Phenomenal.
They use the wood that they chop down from
Yeah,
working and.
free
Great,
wood.
yeah.
Next, we have a request again from the highway department to purchase. This is really interesting, a scan tool to check out trucks and equipment in the sanitation department. They currently do not have a scan tool. And they have, sanitation has worked with the highway department's mechanics, and they've come up with the tool called Motor Diagnostics F7SN Heavy / Medium Truck and Equipment Scan Tool. Cost of this tool is $4,345. These funds are available in the sanitation capital account. So let's see. There's a local dealer who can help us with this. And that way we will have great customer service and training versus buying from a big box store. Okay, so I will make a motion that the town board approve the request from the highway department to purchase this motor diagnostic scan tool in an amount not to exceed $4,345. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, a couple of things under other business. First, I'd like to recognize and thank Russ Goff, who was not here tonight, and the highway department for being out last night, most of the night sanding. By the time I got up, the roads were pretty free of any ice, but you know, late last night, they all iced up and the highway had to go out. Second thing is notice from the town of Patterson Highway Department, Christmas tree pickup. Please have your tree curbside by Wednesday night, January 12th. The highway department will be picking the Christmas trees up January 13th and January 14th. Questions, please email highway@pattersonny.org. I feel we should have music.
If I may, I would suggest that we announce that again at our January meeting,
Sure,
just to remind folks.
there you go.
Okay.
Did I-
Seek and you shall receive.
Okay, other business. Any town board member have any other business they wish to bring up at this time?
You can say Merry
All right, public recognition. Any member of the public wish to be recognized on any issue?
Hi, I'm Karen Vieira Powers here on behalf of Patterson Library. And we were going along just great, having in-person programs, et cetera. And then we have this resurgence of coronavirus. And so we've now pretty much, well, we haven't actually gone back to stage 0. We're open and people can come in for as much time as they want. They have to be masked and the staff is all masked. However, we are holding our in-person programs. We're not going back on that. So I have a number of programs that I'd like to bring to your attention. For one thing, we have people playing Mahjong every Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning. And that takes place in the community room. And it's something that people have a lot of fun doing, and they're very enthusiastic players. We also have we have a series called The Great Courses. And right now we're devoting the great courses to the world's greatest churches. And so from all over the world, we have photographs of the world's greatest churches. And that takes place in person also in the community room with the big screen and the photographs of the churches. That's good. That started on December 2nd, and I had an opportunity to go to a couple of them, and I've been to some of those churches, and it's really very good photography, very good. Also, the monthly film for January will be held on Wednesday, January 12th at 1 p.m., and it's Respect, the amazing music career of Aretha Franklin, as she rises from singing in a church choir to become an international superstar and the Queen of Soul. We also have book clubs. We have 3 adult book clubs, and we have 2 children's book clubs. And so I wanted to focus on those because we're accepting new members in all of those clubs. Couple of children's programs here that I just wanted to bring to your attention. There's a painting class that takes place. It's going to take place on Friday, January 7th at 5 p.m. Ages 11 to 15. come warm up with some cookies and cocoa and paint a wintry wonderland. Then we have 2 children's book clubs. The Magic Treehouse Book Club on Wednesdays at 4:30, January 26th, grades 2 to 4. And the last one is called My First Graphic Novel Club. And that's on January 27th, grades K through 1. Also like to remind you that we have museum passes that can get you into some of the biggest museums in New York City, and they save your family a lot of money. We have a couple of new ones, as a matter of fact. That one is for New York State. It covers things like Niagara Falls and things closer to home as well. It's called the Empire Museum Pass. And we also have a new children's museum pass. Can't remember the name of that one. Okay, I think that's just about it. We hope that, that this helps you to know what we are.
All right, well, thank you very much. It's always a lot of good things going on at the library.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? All right, at this time, I'd ask if anybody who is joining us by Zoom, if you would unmute and give your name and address for the record. Okay, well then I would like to conclude tonight's meeting with wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Second. Can I get a